people an opportunity to discover the base of support that works for them in any given pose is square one, absolutely square one. You cannot build anything useful or effective on a foundation that isn't effective. So, for example, let's say in triangle pose, and this will come up when we're learning the warrior. Okay, what's the most important part of the pose? Is it having the leg straight? Is it having the arm extended? Is it having the gaze turned up here? Is it having the torso this way? Okay, how much of this can you take away from this and have it still be triangle? Well, this is completely optional. That's completely optional. I'd say that straightening of the knee is optional. Okay, so now I'm getting more into a side angle pose, right? But I would say that the minute you have your feet arranged in a base of support that could potentially support that pose, you're working on triangle. Even if you need to find that base of support in something simpler like Warrior One. So it's like you have to backtrack a lot of times for people to find the point where they're getting stuck. Because if you find someone's triangle like this, and they're straining their neck, and oh, I'm doing it further if I throw my arm back, this kind of, and they're clutching here, grabbing here, whatever, it's like you don't go to a friend's house and see that their roof is crooked and go to the attic to help them try to fix it. You go to the basement. Because the reason the roof line is appearing crooked is probably because the foundation is sinking on one side of the house. So anything you can do up there where the problem is showing up is going to be merely a cosmetic fix. It'll make it look better, but it's not going to solve the root problem. So going to the foundation is super, super important. And the foundation of any asana you can name, everything from shavasana to handstands to tadasana to navasana to whatever, has a base of support. Every asana has a base of support. It has some parts of your body that are in relation to the supporting surface. Because, we don't teach yoga in zero-G environments. We're not talking about space station yoga here, okay? We're talking about yoga on planet Earth, where at all times, every molecule of our body is being pulled towards the exact center of the Earth by a force called gravity. And there are other forces coming up in the other direction that are keeping that from happening. So no matter what asana we're talking about, there is a base of support. There is a connection to the Earth that needs to be considered first and foremost before anything else about that asana is understood. When you're building a house, you dig the foundation first. When you're stacking things up, okay? You don't do it this way. Where do I want this to be? Here. Okay, so now I'm going to stack. But when I go over to the rack over there and I put these blocks back on the shelf, I'm not going to go up to the shelf, which is here, and do this. Who does that? All right? I'm going to do that. And then that. And then maybe, if I'm getting fancy, that. And then, no, never mind. So, from the ground up, it's an important perspective.